Welcome to Voice of Niger TV Daily Newspaper Review, where you get the insight of both local, national, and international newspaper front pages.
I welcome you to another edition of Voice of Niger TV Newspaper Review. I am Fatima Abdullahi Mohammed, and I'm here with international newspapers and Nigerian newspapers, as I'll be giving you the headlines. If any of them catches your attention, kindly go to the nearest vendor, get a copy of the newspaper, and read the full story. Let's begin with the Vanguard newspaper, and I'll be giving you the following headlines. Electoral Act. Governors lament, fear inability to control delegates. You can get that from page 5. It has about 6 riders. Aspirants shown consensus devise fresh strategies to vote delegates. Delegates to be house shielded from opponents driven to venue on D-Day. Southeast not working on any consensus arrangement that's coming from Nwajuba, APC Southwest consensus candidate not in view, that's coming from SUS. We are optimistic of a consensus, Ajulo PLO convener. And why Tinubu remains the best, that's coming from Shetima. 2021 Vanguard Personality of the Year Award. You can see a picture where the veteran photojournalist Mr. Sumi Smart Kole receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award from Senator Bode Olajumoke last Friday at the Vanguard Personality of the Year Award in Lagos. Yes, and we can see another picture where the Executive Secretary, Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB, Engineer Simbi K. Wabote, with his wife receiving Regulator of the Year Award from Mrs. Betty Obaseko, wife of Edo State Governor, at the 2021 Vanguard Personality of the Year Award in Lagos last Friday. 36 governors lose suit against financial autonomy for local government areas. You can get that from page 7. Police arrest suspect for attempting to exhume body at cemetery. You can get that from page 6. 2023 Buhari won't seek third term or tenure extension. That's coming from APC. You can get that from page 8. Major upset Trail Senate, House of Reps PDP primaries. You can get that from page 34 and above the nameplate of Vanguard. Insecurity, Solodu draws battle line against criminals. You can get that from page 11. 2023 police arrest 3 journalists for covering factional PDP primary. And lastly, probe internal fraud in judiciary budget. Retired Supreme Court Justice begs ICPC and AFCC. You can get that from page 8, and that's all I'll be giving you from the Vanguard newspaper. Let's move on to the Daily Trust, and I have the following headlines. IPOB kills women, 4 kids, 6 other northerners in Anambra. It has about 4 riders. They are killing us every day. That's coming from Hausa community leader. Northern groups blames hate campaign by regional agitators. Enforce anti-terrorism law in Southeast. That's coming from expert. Community shielding criminals. That's coming from police commissioner. You can get that from page 6. Court stops governors from tampering with local government funds. You can get that from page 5. Jonathan's candidacy highly risky, APC group warns. You can get that from page 11. Sit at home forces PDP to shift primaries in Southeast. It has about 2 riders. Parallel congresses in Kano, Edo, exercise postponed in Katsina. Ondo, Edo senators lose return bids. You can get that from page 1. Anxiety as APC NWC meets. More on screening on Osibajo, Tinubu, and others. You can get that from page 12. Nigeria's GDP grows by 3.11% in Q1. And that's the last one I'll be giving you from the Daily Trust newspaper. From New Telegraph, I have the following headlines. APC presidential screening. Adamu still consulting key stakeholders. You can get that from page 3. Presidential ticket. PDP tilt towards Northeast. You can get that from page 3 and 4. It has a rider. Obasanjo meet Wike, Makinde, Autumn. 2023 presidential aspirant. Nigeria needs continuity in government. That's coming from Osibajo. It has about 3 riders. Nation's problem challenges statesmanship. Obi says in London. My priority is to revamp education sector. That's coming from Lawan. I will tackle power crisis as president. That's coming from Mayade. You can get that from page 6, 8, and 26. 2023, Emefiele withdraws suit against INEC, AGF. You can get that from page 4 and 5. Sexual scandal. Elon Musk loses $10 billion in one day. You can get that from page 30. Insecurity. Buhari vows to provide requisite support for Air Force. You can get that from page 5 and above the nameplate of New Telegraph. MBS, Nigeria's economy grew by 3.11% in Q1 22. You can get that from page 25. And lastly, Q1 22, 12 banks incur 38.84 billion naira tax expenses. And that's all I'll be giving you from the New Telegraph newspaper. From Daily Independent, I'll be giving you the following headlines. Signing amended Electoral Act may trigger political crisis. It has about 2 riders. Election monitoring group says it's too late now. Fear litigations can derail 2023 general election. We can see a picture where the president, Muhammadu Buhari by the right, Air Marshal Oladayo Amao, Chief of Air Staff by the second right, and others during the ceremonial parade to commemorate the Nigeria Air Force 58th anniversary in Kano State on Monday. Consensus candidacy. Nobody can persuade Tinubu to step down. That's coming from associates. Court convict ex-House of Reps member over impersonation, forgery. You can get that from page 7. Nigeria's GDP record 3.11% growth in Q1 2022. You can get that from page 29. 2023 presidency. Court strikes out a Emefiele suit against AGF, INEC. You can get that from page 29. I'm equipped. I have what it takes to succeed Buhari. That's coming from Lawan. You can get that from page 6 and above the nameplate of the Independent. New nav kits have turned tide against terrorists. That's coming from Buhari. And lastly, despite tough markets, NSIS net assets grow to 919.7 billion naira in 2021. It has a rider record total operating income of 100.8 billion naira. That's all I'll be giving you from Daily Independent newspaper. Over to the Nation, and I'll be giving you the following headlines. APC primary, Buhari, aspirants, governors for high-level talks. It has 2 riders, Osibajo, Tinubu, and Mechi others for today's panel. National Assembly leadership, NWC members to meet president. Former governors, ex-minister win PDP senatorial tickets. It has a rider, Autumn, Wike's deputy, Ondo ex-deputy governor are candidates. You can get that from page 4. APC's planned screening of Jonathan Emefiele orders raises curiosity. You can get the full story from page 28. Above the nameplate of the Nation, suspended accountant general became political appointee in 2021. You can get that from page 28. GDP's 3.11% Q1 growth driven by trade telecoms. You can get that from page 4. It has 2 riders. Emefiele withdraws suit against INEC AGF from page 3. NSIA's net assets grew to 919.7 billion naira in 2021. You can get that from page 7, and that's all I have for you from the Nation newspaper. From Leadership newspaper, I have the headlines. APC presidential flag bearer Ogbonnaya Onu may be Buhari's dark horse. You can get that from page 4. It has about 2 riders. President to use Onu's choice to pacify the southeast. We present him to other aspirants in a matter of days. Roofing for Onu will be a masterstroke for country's unity at this time. PDP primaries. Ishaku, Dankwambu, Turaki, Bolaji Abdullahi, Ned Nwoko pick Senate tickets. You can get that from page 7. Court jails dismissed policeman for life for defiling 9-year-old. You can get that from page 15. Security challenges will soon be over. That's coming from President Muhammadu Buhari. Strike. NASU holds emergency meeting today. You can get that from page 8. And above the nameplate of Leadership, 2 Calabar hotel workers die in their sleep. You can get that from page 20. Hayatuddin, I am not in politics for personal gain. That's coming from page 6, and you can get that from the Leadership newspaper. Lastly, from the Nigerian newspapers, I have National Economy, and I'll be giving you the following headlines. More Nigerians fall into poverty as GDP grows by 3.11%. It has 2 riders. Despite GDP figures, double-digit inflation puts pressure on income as prices of goods, services keep rising. Every 100 naira earned in Nigeria is short by 16.82% in value. That's coming from economists. AFDP to help Nigeria return to electronic wallet system in agri. You can get that from page 5. Patronize made in Nigeria products to create jobs. That's coming from NOA. You can get that from page 5. And above the nameplate of National Economy, Kaduna Airport reopens for flight operations. That's all I'll be giving you from National Economy newspapers and the Nigerian newspapers. If any of the headlines fascinate you, kindly go to the nearest newspaper vendor, get a copy of the newspaper, and read the full story. It's time we call it a wrap on Voice of Niger TV newspaper review. Do join me tomorrow for another interesting edition of newspaper review. Until then, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on our social media handle. Your host Fatima Abdullahi Mohammed. Bye for now.